My friend Doug Dickey, it's such a treat to be here on this call with you. And goodness, I remember the first time coming to your house. That was just a few years ago. How old were you then?
I think I
24?
was 24.
Oh, my goodness. So we've been friends for many years and I had several ventures together. And now we have a mighty adventure and we're just getting started with this new idea on something that's actually battle tested. Here is something that's actually gone around the world. Millions of bottles have been sold over a 20-year period. Thousands of people have had literal miracles, including you and me, have been transformed with that. And so we're inviting people to, as your PowerPoint says, join the movement and transform your future by helping other people transform their future. So this is just really exciting. Doug Dickey, tell us about your journey into this particular product and the program that we're going to use to get that out to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll share my full testimony at a specific spot in the presentation. But yeah, I had severe health issues, did not think I was going to last another year. Was able to find this product through you sharing it with me. And it's changed my life. And so we started this company, Avini, for the purpose of saving people's lives, get products out to people and to make a difference. And so for the last 3 years, we've built this debt-free company with these incredible attributes for having a company. And we now have a system that I'm going to present today to be able to share this. And not only like I can share it because I have a testimonial, but to have the next person be able to share it or hand it to somebody else that hasn't heard of the product so they don't have to wait around for their 2 or 3 month testimonial. They can share this immediately. And with so many people, if I gave you $10 for everybody that's sick right now, it'd be thousands of dollars. There's so many people that are sick, and we need them to know about this product. And so the purpose of the Clean Start 90 is, as we looked back, these 1,800 testimonials that we have, the Clean Start 90 is really what everybody that had amazing results did. They continued this program for 90 days. And so we have formulated this system. Paul Stowers said we really have to get back to giving people a clean start. And then the nutrition matters. And so let's get started then on that. Again, this is very short. We'll have it recorded. It is being recorded. We'll be able to share this. But it is about join the movement, transform your future. We need to be sharing this with people because help yourself and then help others. So let's get started. The first part is understanding what we're dealing with here. It's a serious issue that almost nobody knows about. These toxins, heavy metals, especially PFAS, microplastics, volatile organic compounds, these are all problems. And so we'll talk about that. Next, we'll talk about the solution, what I've been referring to, which is science based, results driven. It's been around since 2003. Absolutely brilliant product. And I've studied and researched and found the places where studies have shown that this product can improve your health through your body doing its thing. The heart behind our mission, why we're doing this. The Clean Start 90 is a 90-day cleanse that helps remove the most important things that are limiting your liver, your immune system, essentially creating a burden on your body. And so the 90-day detox sets you up to allow nutrition to start to work, allow some of these other modalities to work. And then with the Clean Start movement, you can help others. And that's really what we're encouraging is that if you help 3 people and they help 3 people and they help 3 people, this duplication will carry on to momentum. And momentum is where it's going faster than anybody can keep up. And that is what we want. We want to spread across the nation, across the world with these products. And we can't do it one or two or three at a time. We need to have everybody help. And so that's what this is about, Clean Start 90. put together by Paul Stowers. This was his idea several years ago, and it's taken some time to implement it. But I think this is the direction that gives the person that doesn't want to do all the research and have to understand each of the products and why they work. It gives them a simple way to duplicate, to introduce somebody to this product in 30 minutes. They can get involved, and it allows them to immediately share it with other people. And that's the power. And Paul used this product for 90 days. He had gotten some bad news from a doctor and was not happy about what he was going to have to start doing. Started taking this product, and 90 days later, his life was changed. He went back to the doctor, and that issue that they said he had, he no longer had. So he started at the 90-day because we used to sell a whole bunch of product all at once. And we found that's just not effective. And this is much more effective. So I want to show a video first. We created this video to really bring attention to the problem. And so we'll watch this video for a minute.
There is a growing awareness in the U.S. about the damage that environmental toxins are having in our daily lives. Have you stopped to consider what these toxins are actually doing to your cells? The truth is, the air we breathe, the water we drink, even the food we eat contribute to our daily amount of toxic accumulation. These include heavy metals like arsenic, lead, cadmium, and mercury, as well as forever chemicals known as PFAs, volatile organic compounds, and toxic microplastics. Over time, these toxins accumulate in our bodies and cause cellular dysfunction, overwhelming our body's natural ability to heal itself from illnesses. Is it any wonder that over 129 million Americans suffer from at least one chronic disease? Our most dedicated efforts to stay healthy can be sabotaged by the essential necessities of breathing, drinking water, and consuming the very foods and nutrients we need to survive. Without our knowledge, various toxins are silently making their way into our cells and endocrine system, posing severe and devastating health risks. In a published peer-reviewed study, over 200 industrial chemicals and metals were detected in the umbilical cord blood of pregnant women and their babies. So even before birth, we are accumulating daily toxins, even from our mother. Our liver and kidneys eliminate some of this burden, but for most people, the majority of toxins become stored in the non-metabolic areas of the body like fat and bone. Regardless of how much effort we commit to keeping ourselves clean and healthy, our bodies are consistently accumulating these harmful toxins. Increasing levels of heavy metals and forever chemicals are all around us and are frequently mentioned in the news. They're in baby food, chocolate, coffee, fast food, vitamins. They're even in organic vegetables. Even with our heightened health consciousness and remarkable medical advancements, the past 3 decades have produced an unprecedented surge in heart disease, respiratory illness, various cancers, diabetes, strokes, obesity, and depression. All of these illnesses have been linked to heavy metals and toxins that we are exposed to each and every day. Rapid weight loss, even with good intentions, has been shown to release years' worth of stored toxins from our fat back into our bloodstream, tissues, and organs, causing an acute exposure. How long until this toxic burden triggers a severe health crisis? Diabetes, cancer, heart disease, stroke, infection? Which will be first? And when it does happen, what are your options for treatment? Modern medicine focuses on treating symptoms with more medicines. Almost nothing is done to remove the offending toxins causing disease within the body. This realization is driving tens of millions of people to look for alternative options. Thankfully, there is a solution. New innovations using natural products that are proven to gently remove these toxins allow your body to heal itself as nature intended. Awareness and education are the key. If you're concerned about your health and the health of your loved ones, it's imperative that you get back with the person who introduced you to this video. Ask them about the new breakthrough solutions with natural products with proven clinical results that have helped thousands restore their health and begin your journey to a healthier you.
The issues with heavy metals, it's absolutely horrible. Studies done by NIH in the 80s showed that a huge amount of the problems people were visiting the hospital, whether it was cancer or diabetes or heart disease or whatever, were all caused by heavy metals. That the root cause of everything that people were going to the hospital for, or the majority of what they were going to the hospital for, was tied to mercury, lead, arsenic, cadmium, and chromium. They're in everything tied to farming. They're in the insecticides, the herbicides, the fungicides. It was just overwhelming how much data they have. And when we think about how does this affect you, we ask these three questions. What do you think about when you saw that video? Would you agree that with people that you know getting sick, and 1 in 6 people have a chronic issue, 1 in 5 have 2 chronic or 2 or more chronic issues, diseases that are bothering them? Would you agree that this is a big problem? If you don't think it's a big problem, you won't do anything about it. And if you do agree it's a big problem, that heavy metals and chemicals and toxins are causing these issues, which people get tested and they can find that out themselves, the cost of doing nothing is too great of a cost, because you don't want to wait. You're fine today, you're fine tomorrow, and the next day the doctor tells you you're not fine. People are healthy until they're not. And people are moving in the direction of looking, saying, what can I do to make a difference? Paul put together this wonderful statement. Silent epidemic is robbing people of their health and their future. Until the toxins are removed, even the best nutrition can't restore the balance. There's lots of people out there consuming lots of nutrition, but they're not removing the heavy metals, and the body resists removing these heavy metals. So you can't out-nutrition toxicity. You have to remove the toxins. And that's why the 90-day clean start is to get these moving out of your blood and your lymph and your organs, so that way your body can start to utilize the nutrition and benefit from that. And so we ask this question. If you're looking at heavy metal toxicity and its symptoms, who do you know that has fatigue, low energy? They're exhausted. They wake up in the morning as tired as when they went to bed. Brain fog, memory loss, frequent headaches or migraines, unexplained aches, joint stiffness, inflammation. The more heavy metals you have in your body, the more dehydrated you become, because the heaviest of the heavy metals carry a lot of water to be able to move it around. So a mercury carries 14 times more water with it than a potassium. So it ends up dehydrating you, even though you have the water in your system. Digestive discomfort, bloating, irregular heartburn, even serious things like kidney dialysis, which is the fastest growing part of medicine right now. They can't build dialysis centers fast enough. Fatty liver, bad cells. I've met people who exercise and eat right and do all the correct things, and they have fatty liver and adrenal fatigue, and they're exhausted. Weakness, AFib, these are linked directly to arsenic. Heart disease, myocarditis is big growth right now. It's 5 times greater now than it's ever been. Immune disorders throughout the body are caused by burden on the liver. So this toxic overload happens when your body's bucket fills over, when you are accumulating these toxins, and maybe it takes 40 years before you start to notice the difference, or maybe it's 50 years for the next person, or 70 for the next. But in the end, it's always this toxicity that causes the issue. So we ask, how healthy are we really? And we want people to take a look at their own health. Score 1 being the worst that you feel and 10 being the best. And as you go through cardiovascular health, energy and fatigue, liver and kidney stress, all of these points a person can go through and determine where they are to set that point for them for where we are, because we often forget how bad we feel. No matter your age or how good you feel, our toxic world touches all of us. Everyone is accumulating toxins, just at different levels. Some people start out really toxic, others fairly clean. Some people have the ability to excrete these toxins at just the fast rate that they're taking them in. But most people, like 99%, are not good excretors, and they can't get rid of the toxins. There are a few that do. So the solution is this product called Cell Defender. And it's had various names over time, but it is a zeolite called clinoptilolite. It's a special out of 49 zeolites. It's the one that can help us. And in nature, it is nature's filter. It grabs heavy metals and toxins out of the environment and pulls them away from life forms. What's special about this one and makes it different from others is the biochemist that invented this wanted to have it go into the bloodstream, so it had to be small enough to absorb. He needed to go through the bloodstream and grab chemotherapy and other toxins that doctors are putting in and remove them so they don't cause issues later on. And he is an inventor of some chemotherapy technologies. And so he had to make this standardized, which no other company out there has done. Only Avini has a standardized clinoptilolite zeolite that goes into the bloodstream, grabs the toxins, leaves all the healthy stuff alone, doesn't interfere with the cells, and then leaves the body through the urine. Absolutely brilliant. So we have a special breakdown, a 34-step proprietary process where we clean the zeolite out because it's already 99% full. It's been around millions of years out in the soil. It's everywhere. We just happen to get it from mines where it's concentrated. And lots of people get the zeolite, they eat the raw zeolite. This is different. It's standardized to go in the bloodstream, grab just the bad things, and then leave the body within 6 to 8 hours. And this is proven in clinical studies. So this proprietary process also sizes the zeolite not too small that it interferes with cells, but large enough to stay outside of cells and small enough to get in the bloodstream and grab these toxins. Again, targets heavy metals specifically, but also pulls out volatile organic compounds, PFAS, and the metabolites from microplastics. Supports the whole body. As it grabs heavy metals, it creates an alkaline environment. And this alkaline environment flows through the bloodstream, helping everything else work better. Your body works better with this in your bloodstream. 15 times has been shown, 15 times more heavy metals and toxins leaving your body than your body could do naturally. So that's a really important thing. Again, helps balance the pH to a naturally alkaline form. It's proven safe, proven it leaves the body, and we have thousands of testimonials. And as we touch on the testimonials, I'll also share mine. And again, it's the structure that makes it work. It's really incredible. So we have about 1,800 testimonials. And since I'm here presenting this, I'm not going to play any of the other testimonials. One of them is actually mine on here. So briefly, I'm 57 years old. When I was 27, I worked as a pest control applicator. And so I would go sell pesticide. I would then spray around the house. And I mixed about 15 batches of pesticide a day. I'd open the bag with the powder in it. I'd mix it with water, shake it up, and spray it around the houses. And after about 2 years of work, I show up one Monday morning, and there's this guy, another applicator, sitting on a round donut. And I make a joke about it, a mean joke. And he says he had 5.5 feet of his colon cut out over the weekend. And so before I could apologize for the really mean joke, the guy next to him says, "Yep, I had parts of my colon cut out last year." And then the guy next to him, "Yep, I had parts of my colon cut out a couple years ago." And it just went down the line. And I realized, oh no, this is bad. I was having all kinds of issues going to the bathroom. It was sometimes a full week between bowel movements for me. And I had a painful stomach that was distended. And so I quit my job that day because I have the superpower to be able to see a pattern that apparently nobody else can see. And so I left. I had about 2 months of insurance through the work, and so I went to the doctor, found out I had something about the size of a pea, about 8 inches from my rectum. They said, "This looks really bad. We want to poke it with needle and see what it is." I said, "No." I left. I had planned on doing nutrition. That was going to be my focus. I believed that the body could fix itself if you gave it the nutrition it needed. And so I immediately threw out all the sugar in the house. I threw out all the soda and I started eating fairly raw materials. I was doing the vegan diet before it was popular. And so over the course of the next 3 or 4 months, I lost 45 pounds, felt great, started gaining muscle. Everything was awesome. My energy came back. My bowel movement timing was perfect. And so I continued doing that for several years, thinking I had solved the issue with the problem that I had. And fast forward 8 years later, I'm in the hospital. The thing that was the size of a pea in my colon was now the size of a lemon. I was blocking things. My adrenal glands were exhausted. My liver was having troubles. And so the doctors basically said, "We got to go in, cut out a section of your colon." And I refused to do that. I thought if I have already done all the nutrition stuff so far, then this is just fate. And so I'm not going to do the cut and paste and burn program. So I went home and continued to deal with the challenges of that over the next 15 years. When I did get home, I told my wife, and that marriage ended within just a few months. So I decided I wasn't going to tell anybody about it after that. So I continued going, just keeping it to myself. Fast forward 15 years, I'm in the last year, I think, of living. I have all kinds of issues with my body that I've shared in other testimonies. And I'm going to walk this thing out and use my life insurance policy. And then I get a call from Dave who says he's got 5 lesions on his prostate, serious stage 4, and he needs to figure out how, what he's going to do. And so I wished him good luck and didn't talk to him for about 3 months. And he called back and said, "It's all gone. Just got out of the place and it's all gone." And I couldn't believe it. I just know it had to be something crazy that he was doing, because he was doing everything. He'd been eating proper. He'd done everything he was supposed to do. And yet he still got this. So then he tells me it was a zeolite. I happen to know soils. I happen to be an expert in soils. And I just thought there's no possible way. So I started taking the product about 8 months later when another friend told me about it. And I thought, okay, 2 people, I've got to believe this one. So I started taking it, and immediately within 3 weeks, I started having amazing results. I'm taking it like David taking it on an hourly basis because we've got to act fast. And essentially, I bought a 90-day kit that had 15 bottles, and I started taking it on every hour. Very difficult shape to take. You just shake it, squirt some on your tongue, 10, 15 drops, whichever. And that's it. I do that every hour. My watch beeps on the hour. So week 3, I have all kinds of things that are happening. Week 4 gets better. Week 5 gets better. By week 8, I have so much energy. I'm able to go to the Grand Canyon and hike from the rim to the river to the rim as a 52-year-old that was very sick 2 months earlier. And so that was really the sign that, hey, this is real. It's not just in my mind. And this change, which we've seen in hundreds of people since, that it's so powerful for me to have this experience, but then to see it in the next person and the next person. And what we found is it's really tied to this 90 days. And then for some people, it's 120 days, but the 90 days to really turn around, to clean the bloodstream, to clean the lymphatic system, to clean the organs. And once those are cleaned out, which really is 90 to 120 days, your body starts healing itself. It has been healing itself its whole life. It's been replacing bad cells with healthy cells. And that's where the power of this comes. And so I'm out there screaming from the top of the roof, telling people about it. But I need other people telling about it, which is why this Clean Start 90 is so simple, to be able to hand this to somebody who hasn't done all the research, and have them be able to share it to somebody else very quickly. So testimonial wise, oh, I'll just stop this one here. I don't know how to go forward. All right, there we go. So Avini Health, the company, its whole purpose is to save lives, to get these products out to people, to have them be able to experience these experiences, and then to be able to share that with others. The leadership we have from our CEO, Neil Roth, our CSO, Rick Deitch, the inventor of this and every one of our other products except for one, and then our executive VP of sales, Mickey Dillon. These guys together have over 100 years of experience. Neil ran billion-dollar companies. Rick, brilliant, over 200 nutritional inventions. He's an absolute savant. He's brilliant. And everything he reads, he can recall anytime, from the time he was 2 years old till now. If he understood it and could comprehend it, he remembers it and can go back and see that in his mind. Absolutely brilliant. And our facility is much the same. We started out with 6,000 feet of manufacturing, and we are now at more than 34,000 feet, and we have vertical manufacturing ability, meaning we get the rawest, purest US-based ingredients, non-GMO ingredients, the best ingredients possible, and we build the product all the way through to its packaging and then ship it to you. So there's no one else involved in it. We go from the purest all the way through the manufacturing of the final product. That's really powerful. And we can upscale this in a major way because we have complete vertical manufacturing. So we don't just have one product, but we have the most important product. All the other products that we have are powerful in their own way, but they're meant to support this one product. So Cell Defender is the only product that goes into the bloodstream, grabs the heavy metals, chemicals, and toxins, and then leaves the body immediately. Detoxing the body can be difficult. And so we have other products that help the body calm down, get rid of metals and toxins faster, help support the immune system. We have specific products for joint and tendon support, pain relief, actual state-of-the-art product that we're the only ones that have for pain relief, brain function, vision help, heart and cardiovascular system, digestive health, even weight loss, pet health. These other products are supportive of this one. And we'll talk about them as you learn more about it. And starting with the Cell Defender in that first 90 days to really clean out your body, then everything else becomes more important. So we do offer other products that are phenomenal. Again, inventions of Rick, he's absolutely brilliant. So how does the system work? We want people to focus on a system that will get them to the proper place. So there's always people say, hey, I don't want to take this. I want to just skirt around this, and I'm going to do it for 5 days, and then I'm going to be all better. And that has not been seen to work. People need to be consistent with removing these toxins. You've been very consistent throughout your life adding these toxins into your body. Only about 10% of what you take in through your food, air, and water is ever removed. So 90% gets stored, and it gets stored in fat, gets stored in bone and other non-metabolic tissue like scar tissue and joint tissue. And so it's stored there. Let's say you decide at 50 years old, hey, I'm going to go on a diet and I'm going to lose these 45 pounds and I'm going to do it quickly, go on some sort of keto diet or something. What happens when you burn through 45 pounds of fat and you dump all of the toxins, heavy metals, chemicals, agents that are in that fat, stored safely out of the bloodstream, and you dump it all back into the bloodstream? A cellular detox does not get rid of the toxins. It just dumps it back onto the liver. The liver has to go through all these processes to remove it while your liver's running everything else in the body. It's running the endocrine system. It's running your blood and lymph cleaning. And so before you lose a bunch of weight, you do a clean start 90. Get the heavy metals and toxins out of the blood and out of the lymph and out of your organs so that way your organs can function. And that way your body can clean itself out over time. But it's not something that happens immediately. You have to get the blood and the lymph clean. And so the Clean Start 90, simple 90-day wellness journey, get people started in the right way. Then as you start to feel better, you get more energy, you're going to want to exercise. You're not going to have the aches and pains. Your body starts to function better because it's running cleaner. And of course, eating better always is helpful, but this provides a clear, proven path to better health. If you do the 90-day reset, it helps your body, delivers results you can see, feel, and sustain, gives you the energy so you can start exercising and doing things that you may not have been able to do, acts as a launching point to long-term vibrant living, having that energy, feeling 25 again. Just 90 days to begin taking control of your body. And this is the most important thing, because let's say you're losing weight, you're doing other things. If there's a bunch of heavy metals flowing around the bloodstream that the liver can't get rid of, it's causing a burden on your energy. It causes a burden on your hydration, causes a burden on nutrition uptake, on calcium and magnesium in the bloodstream. These things are all determined by heavy metals in the bloodstream. So by doing this, it really helps you. It gives you a structured plan to remove the guesswork, simple to follow, powerful, effective, and in the results. And if you go back and look at our 1,800 testimonials, you see all of the huge testimonials were doing the 90-day reset. That's what we found. If we want these amazing, life-changing testimonials, then we start with Cell Defender. The other products are great, but they need to back it up. So how do you begin? You consistently, first you make a decision. That's the most important part. I want to get rid of these toxins. I'll commit to 90 days. Really important. Now, if you have to start a little slower, then it may take a little more than 90 days. But really, the system is there to help people do this and to be able to duplicate it very quickly. So you simply become consistent, intentional, and daily follow the taking of the product. So how do you get started? Purchase a starter activation pack. If you're already in, then simply put in for a 5-pack of the Avini Cell Defender. And the purchase of $2.99 buys 7 of these bottles. So it gives you plenty for the first month and maybe a couple you can hand out to somebody if you want. You set up your monthly recurring for the next 2 months to be at $250. This is really important because what it does is it sets up a system to be able to compensate you for what you're buying. So you will, by helping others, you will have compensated yourself for the cost of this detox. Receive 5 bottles month 2 and also month 3, and then you've completed your Clean Start 90. Complete the simple wellness snapshot, which is really important, a marker where you are. Take 10 drops 10 plus times a day. I took 10 to 15 drops because I didn't think it was going to work, and I wanted to be able to say I took more, and it didn't work. And then in the end, it worked really well. And so 10 times a day is the minimum. If you look at all the testimonials, I was taking it 14, 15 times a day. Finish your Clean Start 90 journey and then retake the wellness snapshot. This is really important so that way you can see where you started and where you end. That is really important. And then write a short testimony or record your testimony, which you'll be excited about, to help encourage others. As you start to learn about the cause of disease from these heavy metals, it will really open your mind. And then who do you know? It's one thing to help yourself, but what if we could help 3 other people? What if we help 3 other people go through it with us? Me and 3 friends go through the detox together. There's power in that. And what if I could help them share it with 3 more people? And you could see it grow 3 by 3 over the course of a few months. Could be thousands of people that have been helped because of your efforts. Nutrition matters, but detoxification transforms. Let your Clean Start 90 journey begin. And so this toxic burden in our food, air, water, everybody's suffering with that, no matter how clean you eat, as the video showed. Waiting isn't an option. You don't want to wait till you get the bad notice that, hey, something's wrong. I've actually had people that I talked to about this and they weren't interested. And then 4 or 5 months later, they call back and say, I just went to the doctor and I've got this issue with these organs and it's not good. And I wish they had made that decision 3 or 4 months, but it's never too late. We've seen people start when they're really bad off, days or weeks left. And the body can heal itself if you remove the heavy metals, chemicals, and toxins that are in the way of your body healing itself. Avini Health Self-Defender offers real, clinically proven hope, a natural way to remove toxins, a gentle way to remove toxins, heavy metals, so your body can heal and thrive in this world. In this toxic world, without Cell Defender, you're marching towards a medical diagnosis. Think of 3 people you care about, family member, friend, whoever, and introduce them to this video that we're making now, or get them to come on a Zoom and just listen. It doesn't hurt anybody to come on and listen, as many of you were invited today. Our mission is to help 1 million people complete this 90-day reset. I believe we can travel across the world if we can get 1 million people to do this reset. And so we want you on board with us. Who do you know that could use this? And let's introduce it to them. If you can't, introduce them to who introduced you to the product, and they'll help. That we're all doing this together. And imagine the ripple effect. 3 becomes 9, 9 becomes 27, 27 becomes 81, and then it's hundreds and hundreds of people after that. And this could happen very quickly. And so the opportunities now. Don't wait for the world to get less toxic. That's not going to happen, even though we're working on that. Help others rise above it and start their own Clean Start 90 reset today. And just a little bit about the movement. People are going this way. There is a massive amount of people that were in medical school who've gotten out of med school and are now becoming practitioners in the naturopathic environment. I talked to the vice president of the California Naturopath Society, and she was saying that the amount of people joining the naturopath movement is 10 times what it was. Heavy metal detox supplement markets, 1.4 million. People are looking for this product. Zeolite market projected 4.35 billion in 2025. People are looking for this product. Detox products, 38.5 billion industry. They're looking for this. They're open to it and excited if they could find one that is real, that has studies behind it, the only one that's made to go into your bloodstream, remove just the bad stuff, and does it in a gentle way. The awareness of toxins and health risks tied to heavy metals and chemicals, microplastics. It's becoming well known. And so here's an opportunity to be at the beginning of that, to share these products with people and set up your whole life in serving others to help them get better, get well. And we've got 20,000, 30,000 people so far that have experienced this product through Avini, that we could turn that into 35 million. So thank you for everyone for being on this Zoom. There's really 3 ways to get started. Good is say, yes, I'm in. I'll buy the pack and I'll get on the auto ship and I'll do it for 90 days. That's fantastic. Better is to bring 3 people with you. If people, you can convince them to come on with you, do that. And the best, bring 12. Bringing 12 makes this huge momentum happen faster. If people and you can share with them this information, then bring more. That's the key. What can you do with your circle of influence? And then join the movement, transform your future. This is really important. Reclaim your vitality, restore balance, and finally renew your health. And I am a benefit of this. I continue to benefit this. I've been on the high dose for 5 years now with this, and I have no intentions of going off of it because I'm getting younger and healthier as I go. 57 years old, and issues that I've had my whole life, even genetic issues, have gone away. I believe your body can fix itself if you remove the toxins first. Your body can fix itself. So thank you, Dave, for letting me share the Clean Start 90, and I hope we get a lot of people that will start and do this with us.
I appreciate you sharing your story, and I love Rick Deitz. He's one of the smartest people I've ever met, a brilliant biochemist in the field of medicine and in nutrition. And if you get to know him, he loves people. He's out there with everyone. He's had more experience of this than anyone. And one of the things I really enjoy hearing, it's really profound, is people will always say, "What's your favorite story, Rick?" And he'll always say, "It's the one I've never heard." And I think that's such a powerful idea, that you never know what you're preventing. And what is the best way to use these products is, well, not allow bad things to happen. And of course, one of the things we want to stress, and we probably have an idea about this anyway, that Doug and I are not trained or licensed medical professionals by any means. And you don't need to be, because this is something you can share that's all upside, no downside. And we certainly don't prescribe, treat, diagnose, heal, treat, cure, any of those kind of things. But as Rick says, this is a clinically proven product that removes toxins. And he says a healthy, clean body fixes itself. And wow, if you give your body everything it needs, don't give it what it doesn't need. And that's the critical factor with this, is how can you be sick if everything is working well? So it's a beautiful idea. And just a thought, they found 5 lesions. As far as stages, they didn't say anything like that. They said, doesn't look like any bone involvement. So I didn't have any stage 4 or anything like that. But boy, every day for 7 years now, I'm very grateful. I never had to do any treatments. And so every day I'm thankful for this. And I got rid of something I didn't want, and I don't want it coming back. So I'm doing the 90, and you could actually do it more than 90, but oh my goodness, we've really got something powerful to share with people. And so I invite you to join us and let other people know about this.
Thank you, Dave.